In the previous videos, we learned that IAM is used to manage users and groups. The question is how IAM service allows what IAM users and groups can do on AWS. To enable IAM users or IAM groups to do what they are allowed to do, we will have to assign IAM permissions. How will we assign permissions? Well, there is a concept of IAM policy that contains a set of permissions. IAM policy is a set of permissions. The policy is written in JSON. JSON is a structured document written in key-value format separated as a colon. For example, in this JSON statement, it says that all EC2 actions are allowed on any resource. Asterisk represents any or all. This means if this permission is assigned to an IAM user or group, that IAM user or group can perform any EC2 operation on any AWS resource. As shown in the diagram, an IAM policy can be assigned to more than one user. In this diagram, Julia, Bob, and Rudy from the DevOps team are assigned an IAM policy. Rudy and David are on the security team. They have been assigned another IAM policy. David and Jay are in the TechOps team and have been assigned a different IAM policy. And Rod has been given an inline policy, which is not a managed policy. What it means is that an inline IAM policy cannot be assigned to any other user. The important point to be noted here is that Rudy has been assigned 2 IAM policies since his roles overlap. On the same token, David has also been assigned 2 IAM policies. We know now that IAM policy is a JSON document. This is an example of an IAM policy that provides full EC2 access, as you can see in the first statement. What it means if this policy is assigned to an IAM user or an IAM group, the user or group can perform any action on EC2 on any resource. Additionally, the user or group can also access the Elastic Load Balancer, CloudWatch, and auto-scaling services. The main point to understand here is that you assign permissions to an IAM user or a group using an IAM policy. IAM policy is a set of permissions, as you can see in this JSON document. The individual permissions, which are also called statements, are given within the curly brackets. For example, you have one set of permissions for EC2 and another set of permissions for the other services. For example, Elastic Load Balancer in this example, and so on. For each permission set, you provide the action that you are considering and the effect, which could allow or deny, and on which resource or resources you would want the defined action to be applied upon. If we assign this policy to any user or group, then that user or group will be able to perform operations based on what is in the policy. An IAM user or group cannot do anything unless a policy is assigned. More than one policy can be assigned to an IAM user or group. It should not assign more permissions than a user needs. This is called the principle of least privilege. This helps in the security of your overall AWS account. If you did not follow this principle, you could have situations where users could be doing or trying out something, for example, launching hundreds of EC2 instances, and organizations would get surprise charges on the AWS bill. Additionally, there could be potential security-related issues as well. The key points of an IAM policy are: IAM policy is a JSON document containing a set of permissions that can be assigned to IAM users and IAM groups. We apply the least privilege principle, which means we don't assign more permissions than a user needs.